There have been many rebrands over the years, ranging from really, really impressive to downright terrible. But nothing matches the level of pure stupidity that is the Twitter rebrand to X. Some time has certainly passed since Elon Musk has purchased Twitter and has rebranded it, rebirthed it anew like a Twitter bird rising from the ashes, reborn as X. Change can be hard for people, it can be upsetting for sure, but typically there is some growth. Typically there is some moving on and some acceptance over time. I remember years ago, whenever Facebook would update, people would lose their shit and say, that last one was perfect and they ruined it. They dropped the ball. They had a perfect game and they fumbled it. Not the same, because at least Facebook was still Facebook. It still had the same color scheme. It still had a similar layout and a vibe. Twitter became X, a completely different company, a completely different lifestyle on the app. If you don't know, because you've been out touching grass and enjoying your life, Elon Musk, I think a year ago at this point, in his infinite wisdom, purchased Twitter for $1 billion. That's not the exact amount, but it's pretty close. It was an insane amount of money that he acquired this company for. A company, mind you, that wasn't profitable. A company that loses money every year. And he bought it for a dumbass amount of money. At least when Disney acquires Star Wars and runs it into the ground, they're making profit off of it. Like, even though I don't like most of the output, it's still making money for them, so that's a smart business decision. Elon Musk grabbing Twitter because it was too woke, or it was censoring the voices that he thought should be magnified, and then for some reason removing all of the identity, all the brand association that went along with the platform, and then just putting a letter in its place? Yeah, not great. Not a great strategy. Now, he has his stands. Inevitably, someone's going to stop by this video, or maybe was subscribed and now is unsubscribing because they don't like that I'm pushing back and going against the God King Elon. Listen, the guy has stupid amounts of money, which I guess equals great person. And he has done some arguably really good things for the world. Pushing electric cars is obviously a pro. It helps the environment or something. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I just listen to the experts and do what I'm told, and hopefully things will work out. And if they don't, who cares? We're all going to die alone anyways and probably end up going nowhere afterwards. So life is precious. What we had with Twitter was simple. It was elegant. It was easy to understand. There was a blue bird silhouette tweeting, chirping. That's what birds do. They sing, they talk, they communicate. So taking that and using it as a mascot for an app makes sense because that's what people do on the platform. They have their voices get heard. They tweet out messages. Other people like what they're saying and they retweet it. There's a lot of annoying birds too. Sometimes I wake up and it's just chip, 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 nonstop. I'm just trying to eat breakfast, you jackasses. And that has a place on Twitter as well. So the bird thing makes sense. Let me tweet something out. Did you see that tweet recently on Twitter? Now what is it? It's an X. Oh, did you see that X the other day? What? Did you see that excretion? What do we even call it anymore? Is it still called a tweet? Is it still a retweet? Is it a post? Is it a repost? Is it a share? Like, it lost all brand identity. This would be if Google bought Nike and rebranded it B. Just the letter B. Get rid of one of the most iconic symbols in the world, the swoosh. Get rid of the name, that beautiful 4-letter elegant word referencing to a goddess of old. It's gone. We're just doing B now. Along with killing off the bird is the color scheme as well. Gone is the bright blue that pops out, that sings to you. Now we have just black. Just black with a little bit of gray mixed in. How exciting. How fun. What do you think about when you hear the word X? Or the letter X. It's not a word, I guess. You think the number 10 maybe? Or you think maybe Godzilla X Kong, Fast and the Furious 10, Hollywood movies with the dumb X at the end because it's a trendy thing. Or do you think of, I don't know, what else is there with X? Oh, porn? Because that's what a lot of people think about is porn. And that actually is really appropriate because now oftentimes when you go to the artist formerly known as Twitter X, there's porn on the site. There's porn on the app. Maybe not right at first on the feed, but even if you look into the comments, you're going to get a special surprise. There have been a ton of times where someone would X something out, excrete something. I would look at it and go, okay, this is fascinating. Let me click it. Oh my God! A giant penis hit me in the face. And you scroll down and it's just nonstop porn. Like, what happened? One of the big things Elon wanted to get rid of was the bots. I think there's more bots than ever before. And yeah, you could say it's anecdotal evidence. Maybe it's just my feed. Maybe for some reason X thinks I'm some sick psychopath that just wants to watch like murder videos and people getting injured constantly and then a dash of penetration thrown into the mix. Short for penetration, of course. No! That's not what I signed up for. I've been on Twitter for like 15 years, some stupid amount of time. And I didn't care who owned it then. I certainly didn't care that Elon Musk owned it now, except for I see what's happening to it, and it's all bad. It's all terrible. And no, it's not because I don't like Elon Musk. I don't know the guy. He seems weird, but I know a lot of billionaire smart guys, or at least people that pretend to be smart, are very weird. They're very abstract and eccentric and out there. Great. Maybe don't buy an app for stupid amounts of money and run it into the ground because you don't know what you're doing. Very good at business over here, not so much over here. And people will argue that as well and say, well, who are you? You're nobody. Well, that's true. I'm nobody. That's fine. I just have an opinion on YouTube like you can have too, or Elon has got on his stupid app that he bought. But the bottom line is this. The sales are way down. People don't want to market on the app. He has said many times over in interviews that, yeah, he doesn't care. Screw it if Disney doesn't want to advertise. And if the thing goes away, it's their fault, not mine. He doesn't have a buck stops with me mentality like a normal boss would. He blames the woke media and everybody else who doesn't want to advertise on his platform. If I was an ad agency, I wouldn't be putting ads on Twitter. Or I'm sorry, X. Because maybe I have a window cleaning service I'm trying to promote and I don't want that ad wedged between a gangbang and a couple people getting beat up by cops. It has turned into the Wild West on X. Well, if you don't like the app, just get off, Adam. Well, the problem is there's really not a good alternative yet. There's a couple sad attempts to try to capitalize, but nothing's even remotely close to the foundation that Twitter once was and still has a little bit in. I have a lot of contacts over there. It's got a good messaging system. The feed, for the most part, does provide value when you sift through all the trash. But now, if you look at the comments under any post, it's 85-90% unrelated to the post itself. It's just people shilling, marketing their own stuff, trying to get their name out there. Twitter, just a couple years ago, used to be curated so much better. You would click on a video, you would click on an article, and underneath there would be actual replies and comments and thoughts about what the post was about. Now it's a complete and utter shit show. But the biggest takeaway is the branding, which is a nightmare. It really is. It's bad, it's embarrassing. He should be ashamed and he should revert back to Twitter. But I'm almost glad he's not. Because then at least Twitter still has its own legacy intact and everything that happens forward is definitely Elon Musk's doing, for better and probably for worse. Well, those are my thoughts on X, the app that just keeps on giving me nothing but a hard time. Let me know your thoughts. Are you in the same boat as me? You used to use Twitter quite a bit, but now it's just, you don't know what you're going to find. You might be getting your hair cut, you're on your phone or your laptop doing some work, but then you fire up the app only to be greeted to a couple naked people doing unspeakable acts to each other while in a public setting, so you quickly freak out and close the window. Or maybe you're like the guy next to me and you just let it all hang out. You're there for the good time and you don't care what anybody else sees. It's a crazy days we have here, crazy days. Let me know. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you like rants. Typically, they're lighter, they're more fun and loose. I don't lose sleep over any of this stuff, but I try to make things that we can all kind of relate to on one aspect or another. Hopefully you stick around. And if you really like what I'm doing, I have a main channel, Adam Does Movies, and a Patreon at patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. Hope to see you around. Take care.